Hey, how are we doing? It's JJ. It's a lovely Saturday afternoon. Just parked the truck up, taking a wander into my wood, the permission that I have. But this time I've approached it from a different angle. I've come out through the old pasture field, which they leave redundant now. They use this as just a bit of a barren sort of area to encourage the deer and the wildlife to come out and feed. And the reason that I've come out a different way is that if you're going to be using a permission or just a spot that you go to regularly, and you kind of want to go unnoticed, or you just don't want to be disturbed and you don't want to leave too much of a trace, then each time you go to that permission or spot that you're using, it's really good to just come in by different tracks, different trails. And yeah, I can actually see just here, see these little holes in the ground? There's quite a few of them dotted around, and there's a badger set really I've just walked past. So it's the badgers are quite active at this time of year. We're just into the first proper week of February, so yeah, coming in a different way. You don't leave too much of a trail, you're not constantly going over the same bits of ground, you're not trampling down the brambles and the bracken and stuff like that, and that way you're not creating too much of a footprint showing other people where you're going. So what we're going to do is we're just going to get up into the wood, and we're going to set the Lavvu up, and we're going to try a new bit of kit that I've got today, but more about that a little bit later on. Yeah, the badgers have been quite active. There is a big badger set way back there. But yeah, this is my old camp spot in the permission wood. Yeah, the badgers have definitely been active. Little digs and scrapes all over the place. There's another one just there. But other than the deer and the badgers and that, just looking around, nobody else has been here. So I'm going to get set up, get this pack off my back, catch you in a little bit. simple as that really. Just a tripod, keep all three together, and you've seen me do a video on it before. And we just lash under, over, under, over, under, over a few times, and then take the center one, turn it over, that tightens it up, nice and secure. The reason I'm using a lashing today, even though I've got the tree pea and the ridge pea from rough timber, there are going to be occasions where you go out and you forget to take a vital piece of equipment, so it's just good to always have a piece of paracord and do it the old-fashioned way, and it's keeping those skills going. So I'm just going to get the ground mat in, get my kit set out, job done. Lavvu. Alright, we are all set up. I've got my kit laid out. So basically what I've got on this side is the kit I'm going to work with, the axe and knife, firelight and kit, etc. I know it's got my mug on there, but it looks good. And then on this side I've got my eating kit. And yes, you might have spied a new shiny bit of kit there. But anyway, more about the setup. Switch around. So normally when you see me up here with the Lavvu is normally there with the opening facing this way. But what I've done today is I've switched it around, put it the other way, as you can obviously see, with the hill behind me and the woods in front of me. And the reason for this is on a bit of a slope. You come down from the bottom, which I've explained before, and you come up a big steep hill, then you got the road, then you got the pasture field. And what generally happens is the wind generally comes from one direction, and there's a good bit of wind today. I don't want to give away my position too much by other walkers and that, even though I'm allowed to use this place. So because the wind's coming this way, I put the Lavvu here. So I'm sitting inside, the fire be there, and it'll be pretty well protected by the wind. What I've also done is because I've changed the position, is all around the outside, you can see my foot scrape marks. I've put debris material all the way around it, and that's just to stop any wind getting underneath and blowing on me whilst I'm in there. Let me show you. So all the way along I have just kicked up some loose debris. There's a lot of pine needles here, all the way around, just to cover up the Lavvu, so that when you go inside there's no gaps for the wind to blow through. Cracking bit of wood. Let's enjoy a brew. So that first 40 seconds I filmed about 5 minutes ago, and then since then I've sat quiet. About 5 minutes previous to that I was sat at the Lavvu and I could hear all these dogs, loads of dogs barking, which is unusual in this wood. And then from behind me out in the field I could see some dogs going past, and I picked up my phone and I thought I was recording, but literally right behind the Lavvu come about 15 deer, fallow deer, followed by about 30 beagles. He went off that way. I thought I filmed it, but I didn't. Kind of gutted, but then I'm not, because I don't like to see that sort of thing. There's a place for hunting, but I always was under the impression in this wood they didn't allow hunting, and there was about 20 or 30 beagles chasing them, and then it went really quiet, and then I could hear some gunshot over that way, and then I heard all the deer going back across there and the beagles, and I just went up and filmed that first 40 seconds, and I could see a couple of guys. So I'm just being really careful because I've got permission to be here, but I don't really want to be around if they're hunting deer. I know the estate owner. I don't actually get on with one of the estate workers, and that's the guys who destroyed my camp here. And I haven't really bumped into him since. So I'm just going to be quiet for a bit. I was going to light my little stove, but I'm just being quiet for the moment. I think they've gone out into the fields at the back part of the wood that backs out onto the estate fields. I'm hoping that's the case because I don't want them to come careening through here again. Kind of given it about half an hour now, maybe 40 minutes. It's all gone quiet in the woods and that again, so it's finally time for a brew. Now, I can't believe I'm actually doing this. It's a new wood burning stove. I know. I am known for my love of the firebox stove, but when you see this video come out, you'll realise that what I'm going to start doing is showcasing other bits of kit that I've got or will be getting throughout the year, that's cheaper, more affordable in the current sort of financial climate that we're in. Lick cedar wood burning stove, 30 quid sort of tops really, 312 grams, job done. Job done. New kit. I can't believe I'm going to use another wood burning stove, but there you go. So yeah, I'm just going to show you this. We're going to get the fire started. Pop you up and pause. Right, we are all set up. I'm going to try and light this through the top. It's generally what I do with my other wood burning stove. I've got the cross members already set in, and I think once that's going, that's going to be quite fiddly to get them on once the flames and that are going. So let's just see if we can strike down through the top, through the cross members, and get it going. Almost. Badoom. Badoom. Now I have got my kindling all ready to go, but I've always got a bountiful supply of Costa coffee stirrers. Other brands are available. Boom, there you go. So we're going to get those in. And let's just, I've got some very thin old elder. It's going to burn really quickly, but it's just adding an instant sauce. Nice. I'm going to stop using that. Let's start to add some of our bigger bits in, and then we just let that die down. So I'm primarily feeding through the top. And just add some bigger ones in through that opening, which is facing me, for when I get a cheeky pick in a minute. Seems to work all right. Nice. Not bad, lad. 30 quid. Thank you very much. Right, that initial part's burnt down. That's good. Not going to overfeed it. I'm going to keep enough for a brew. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. This is never going to replace my other stove, but I just want to start having other kit to showcase for other people on a more affordable budget, and I think that's really important. Let's get some water going. I'm going to use a fair bit because I'm going to make a brew, and then I'm going to have something to eat. Happy days. So wheat, lick cedar, wood burning stove, 30 quid, Amazon, loads of other places. Nice. It's not going to stay shiny for long. Cheap, affordable kit. Nice. I'll get more used to putting it together. That'll go together quicker. Not a lot more to say about that. Badoom. We've had a nice little rolling boil for a couple of minutes. My coffee of choice today is going to be, once again, from my good friend Stevie, the Steak Detective, and we are going to have Operation Dynamo Coffee, Supreme Naval Pickup. Looking forward to this. So I'm literally one nice heaped spoon, maybe a tiny little bit more because we like coffee. There are good things about Stevie's, the Steak Detective's coffee, Operation Dynamo. Nice. So that's on a good boil. I'm gonna take that, leave that to the side, put that back on, get some more water in there, and then we're going to have Stevie's beef chili. Nice. Actually thought I picked up steak and dumplings. Let's get a stick. Let's hold that steady. Let's get that in there. Loose lid over, and we'll have that as well. Happy days, happy days. That coffee is going to be scorchio, but oh my days, it looks absolutely delicious. Looks like coffee. Oh my days, the roast on that. Oh my days, that is a delight. Fantastic. Food, coffee, woods, happy days, happy days. Feed that a little bit more. That comes to a boil really quickly. I'm happy with that. Let's get the food going. So the stove seems to be quite sort of stable with that pot on the top with the cross sticks, so that's happy days. The coffee is absolutely amazing. Love it, love it, love it. Thanks, Stevie. So I'm going to enjoy that, and that is pretty much enough from me today. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch up again soon.